Right now on Sunrise, an hours-long standoff ends with 2 people dead in Clermont. The strange call that led police to these apartments and into an ambush. Plus,
sure that we take all allegations very seriously.
An Orange County teacher arrested for enticing children to perform sex acts online. The video game benefit authorities say he promised the kids in exchange.
And Florida may not be measuring up. The recent education scores showing our state falling in the rankings.
WESH 2 News Sunrise starts right now.
And a good Thursday morning here at 6 o'clock. I'm Sonica Donge.
And I'm Jason Guy. We're waking up to much clearer skies. We like that after days and days of fog advisories.
We know a couple of areas could see some haze, so let's get you right over to First Warning meteorologist Kelly in class. The big overarching theme, though, is we're not seeing that dense fog everywhere.
No, thankfully, we're really not going to be dealing with any fog this morning. I want to get you outside right now with a look at our Tower Cam network in Ocala, where we have nothing but perfect conditions. Earlier this morning, we were tracking some fog in Palm Coast. Looks like conditions are improving now up to a 7-mile visibility, and conditions are improving in Melbourne and Palm Bay as well, but still seeing some patchy fog in parts of southeastern Brevard County. Otherwise, it's comfortable to get you out the door. 66 in Orlando, 68 in Sanford, 60 degrees in Palm Coast, 50 degrees in Ocala and in the Villages. This afternoon, we have more sunshine. Temperatures today warming up into the low and middle 80s, and we have a warming trend on the way. We'll talk about those details coming up in a few minutes. First, though, let's get over to First Warning traffic expert Meg Mackey.
Kelly, and traffic off to a great start on this Thursday. Right now, there's no crashes to impact your morning drive. I-75 heading out the door in Marion County. No delays here in Ocala. So good news there. Not seeing any fog along that stretch of I-75 near State Road 200. I-4 in downtown Orlando. A clear start here as well. No construction delays. Our travel times this morning are still sitting in the green. And we also want to let you know there is a traffic advisory in Lake and Volusia counties because of fog and smoke. This is due to a wildfire near Astor. The Florida Department of Transportation expects visibility to be low until about 9 a.m. They are asking drivers to use their low beams, slow down, and reduce distractions while driving. That means turn the radio down and put your cell phone away. They are also asking drivers to be patient and avoid passing cars or quickly changing lanes.
Well, this was the scene at a Clermont apartment complex last night after a standoff ended with 2 people dead.
And this happened at the Cottonwood Apartments. This is there on Hook Street. This morning, we're still working to figure out how it all began. WESH 2's Bob Hazen is there live. Bob, police say the suspect fired shots at them.
And they say it happened as soon as they went inside one of the apartments here at this complex. But at this point, they have not explained why that shooter did what he did. And Clermont police say eventually the SWAT team did go inside and they found the suspect dead. He had apparently shot himself. We are told that he was in his late 20s. He'd been in a relationship with the woman who was killed. Their names have not been released at this point. We also know that the Clermont officers did fire shots back at the suspect, so FDLE is involved in the investigation as well. Covering Lake County, live in Clermont, Bob Hazen, WESH 2 News.
Thank you. An Orange County middle school teacher has been arrested on federal charges. 25-year-old Italo Brett Bonini is accused of having children perform sex acts for him over video chat.
And WESH 2's Paola Tristan Arruda is live in front of the school that he worked there. He'd been employed at Hunters Creek Middle School. Paola.
Jason, the principal of the school has made it clear that Bonini will not be allowed back on campus during this investigation. When questioned by investigators, Bonini allegedly told them that he, quote, fell into temptation that I should not have. I'm not a sick individual. I made a mistake. He did admit to detectives that he communicated with the boys through Discord, and he was a music teacher at the school. Covering Orange County, live in Orlando, Paola Tristan Arruda, WESH 2 News.
Orlando police need your help finding a driver who hit a bicyclist. Take a look. This crash was caught on traffic cameras back on January 3rd. Oh, you could see the black SUV hit the bicyclist at South Kirkman Road and Raleigh Street and just keep going. The bicyclist was seriously hurt. Police say the SUV might be a Honda CR-V or similar. Call Crime Line if you recognize it.
National test scores are in from across the country, and Florida's not stacking up compared to many other states.
And reading and math scores decreased in 2 key areas. The National Center for Education Statistics released its findings for national assessment scores. It samples 4th graders and 8th graders and found that Florida reading scores went down in the last 2 years. 4th graders did better in math this year. That brought this up to 2nd in the country. That's a win. But 8th graders went down in scores, ranking the state 41st.
I think along the way, we've maybe missed a few things like ensuring that there's still dedicated funding for reading coaches.
Hoffman says something Florida does well in is supporting low-income students through after-school programs and tutors.
Today, we could learn more about how $133.5 million in federal disaster recovery funding could be used for Hurricane Milton recovery and mitigation efforts in Volusia County. Last month, county leaders held 4 public meetings about the Transform 386 initiative. Volusia County residents could voice their opinions about how they wanted those funds to be used. Now there will be a public hearing. It's 5 o'clock this evening at the Thomas C. Kelly Administration Building there in DeLand. This year's hurricane season is 114 days away. Look at that on your screen. It starts June 1st. And on this day 4 of Severe Weather Awareness Week, we have First Warning meteorologist Eric Burr showing us how weather teams track hurricanes and flooding. Don't miss his report coming up at 9 a.m. over on CW18.
Luckily this morning, we are not talking about any possibility of severe weather. In fact, the calm weather is something we should all enjoy while we have it.
Yes, so let's get to First Warning meteorologist Kellyanne Klass and talk about that really quiet day. Not so much fog like we saw the other day, Kellyanne.
No, thankfully, we actually had pretty nice conditions this morning, and then this afternoon is going to be lovely. Each and every day, though, warmer and warmer as we get a ridge of high pressure building. Keep in mind, our average high temperature is 74 degrees, and today we're going to be at 83. So this is almost 10 degrees above average. We will be 10 degrees above average on Saturday, and on Sunday, 11 degrees above average. But how does this stack up in terms of our records? Well, we'll be about 3 degrees shy of the record on Friday. That record is 86 degrees. Saturday, 4 degrees shy of the record of 88, which honestly, I'm happy we're not there yet. I feel like it's still too early to have the upper 80s. And on Sunday, the warmest day of the week, 85 degrees, will be 2 degrees shy of the record of 87. But do we have any rainfall to help cool us down? We'll talk about that in Central Florida's certified most accurate forecast in just a few minutes. First, though, it's 6:11. Let's get over to First Warning traffic expert Megan Mackey.
Kelly, and we're off to a good start in the traffic department. Unfortunately, not seeing that thick or dense fog this morning, and including here along the turnpike. A nice clear start from our camera here. This is along the turnpike right at that State Road 429 interchange. So far, no delays traveling here. If you're heading to Windermere, Winter Garden along the turnpike and using the 429, I-4 also clear and quiet. Looking live from our tower camera at WESH 2. This is in Weather Park. If you're traveling eastbound into Seminole County, a clear start here as well. No need to use those express lanes this morning. We'll check in with some of those travel times coming up in a few short minutes.
Megan, thanks. After the break, the pushback against the Trump administration's plans to slash the nation's federal workforce.
And transgender women are now banned from women's sports. The order signed by President Trump yesterday, and how athletic organizations are responding.
Closed captioning brought to you by National Floors Direct.
Winter has been wintering.
Live's heating up your mornings with Pack Your Bags Week. Plus Oscar winner King Week 1. And shopping day on Live is a vibe.
You're watching WESH 2.
Today is the deadline for 2.3 million federal government workers to accept a buyout, forfeiting their jobs in exchange for about 8 months of pay.
This is part of a Trump administration plan to slash federal spending. All right, it is 6:18. We have made it through the fog that we had been experiencing earlier this week, and now we get to enjoy some beautiful days ahead, albeit warm.
Yeah, it's hot when you start talking about 80s, nearing mid 80s at some point.
But you know what? Hey, at least we can enjoy it by the beach, by the pool, at the water parks. Like, there are ways to enjoy it. And it's not the 90s yet. So I always like to think about the silver lining, and it's not the 90s, and hopefully we don't see the 90s for quite some time. But hey, at least mid 80s, the warmest day will be on Sunday at 85. And notice we have a pretty dry stretch. 1 or 2 isolated showers Monday and Tuesday, but that's about it. We have this big ridge of high pressure in place, and day by day it's going to get stronger and stronger. And as this ridge of high pressure strengthens, it keeps us dry and it keeps us warm. And it's not just in the afternoons. It's also going to be in the mornings, to where this weekend and starting next week, our morning temperatures will be in the middle 60s. And we're actually at that right now. We're at 66 degrees in Orlando, 64 degrees in Kissimmee, 63 degrees in Clermont, 58 degrees in Ocala, 61 degrees from Palm Coast, and 62 down in Daytona Beach. So we're watching for very comfortable conditions this morning, also keeping my eye on some patchy fog. At the moment, conditions are not looking too bad. A little bit of fog trying to develop out in Daytona Beach, but for the most part, we have clear conditions. And for many Central Florida locations this morning, we're looking at an 8 to 10 mile visibility, just watching for some dense fog-ish out in southern Brevard County, to where Mico, you're down to about a mile visibility. But for the rest of Brevard County, everyone's looking really nice. For the afternoon, once all of that fog lifts, we'll have mostly sunny conditions, dry, enjoyable, with temperatures inland reaching 83 to 84, and our coastline today in the low 80s. If you are going to be heading out to the beach, though, just keep in mind we do have a moderate risk of rip currents. High tide is right around 2:31 in the afternoon. Low tide later on this morning at 8:37. And certainly do not forget that sunscreen. The UV index is a 6. That is high. Burn time is right around 45 minutes. Then tomorrow afternoon, low and mid 80s inland. Our coastline in the middle and upper 70s. Again, that trend continues for warming conditions. This weekend, though, Saturday and Sunday, at least it's enjoyable. High pressure remains in control, keeping a front up to our north. So Saturday and Sunday looking like great days to spend outside. Central Florida certified most accurate forecast. Again, just shows a few passing showers Monday and Tuesday, but overall coverage is right around 10%. So there's going to be a lot more sunshine and dry conditions instead of rainfall. Then by Wednesday, no rain in the forecast with a high of 84. All right, at 6:20, let's get over to First Warning traffic expert Megan Mackey.
Kellyanne, there is a new deadly crash I'm keeping my eye on this morning. It's in St. Cloud along Nova Road. This is at Deer Park Road. You can see here pretty far south in St. Cloud, but we do know this was just confirmed as a deadly crash. Our chopper is actually heading that way this morning, so we will bring you those live pictures. Right now, unclear how many cars are involved, but sad update, we do know that there is a closure there because of that deadly crash. So avoid traveling in that area. I-4, you can see we're off to a clear and quiet start on this Thursday morning. Traffic starting to pick up as we get closer to 6:30, but still so far no heavy delays anywhere you're traveling across the I-4 corridor. Westbound along I-4 from Maitland Longwood and Lake Mary, traveling towards that State Road 408 interchange in downtown, we're at less than 11 minutes.
Megan. A work and social skills training program for adults with disabilities recently received a special treat.
A free workshop on cell phone and tablet repair with the goal of helping these adults get jobs.
And we realized, oh my goodness, we could actually take a national curriculum and make it specific for individuals with neurodiversity.
The personal story behind the mission, next. Ahead, a Super Bowl ad will cost you $8 million for 30 seconds this year.
Yeah, but it's a price businesses are ready to pay, including Anheuser-Busch.
Would you consider playing us?
For the Ultras.
We take a look at the magic of making a Super Bowl ad ahead on Sunrise.
Warning weather on WESH 2 is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan. Dial pound law on your cell phone.
3 men now behind bars after police say they killed a man last year. Why authorities did not have to go far to find them.
Bring a more peaceful, secure Middle East.
The official policy of the United States continues to be 2 states.
Lawmakers are reacting after President Trump insinuated he's interested in taking over Gaza. How some support the move, while others say this violates decades of U.S. foreign policy.
WESH 2 News Sunrise starts right now.
It is 6:30 on your Thursday, and we're dealing with less fog than over the last few days. Glad you're starting your day with us. I'm Jason Guy.
And I'm Sonica Danga. Yeah, we're finally getting outside and seeing a beautiful sunrise because the clouds and the foggy conditions are not hampering our view. Let's get you right over to First Warning meteorologist Kellyanne Class. Our coast is looking beautiful this morning.
Yeah, and this time yesterday we were dealing with a lot of fog, and now we have a beautiful sunrise from our Tower Cam network out in Port Canaveral. A lot of Central Florida locations this morning finally done with the dense fog, though I am keeping my eye on southern Brevard County. Mico, you are down to 1.5 miles visibility. You are the only location in Brevard County that is dealing with some of that thicker fog, but at the moment, no dense fog advisory in effect for you. As we go into the afternoon hours, we'll have plenty of sunshine, highs reaching the mid-80s and continuing to get warmer in the next couple of days. We'll have those details in a few minutes. First, though, let's get over to First Warning traffic expert Megan Mackey.
Kelly, and there's a deadly crash if you're heading out the door this morning. It is in St. Cloud. It's along Nova Road at Deer Park Road. You can see here that stretch of purple. That is showing the roadblock. This is traveling near Rockledge, again, in the St. Cloud community. Our chopper was heading there, but it is very dark in this area, so until the sun comes up, unclear how many cars are involved in this crash, but it is deadly, so avoid traveling along Nova Road in that area. Right now, there's no other big issues for your Thursday morning drive. State Road 408, this is a live look near Mills. You can see traffic picking up here a little bit, traveling eastbound this morning towards UCF. We'll check in with some travel times coming up here in about 15 minutes.
All right, Megan, this morning, we're working to find out what led up to a shooting and standoff that left 2 people dead in Clermont.
And police there say the suspect also fired shots at officers. WESH 2's Bob Hazen is live outside the Cottonwood Apartments this morning. Bob, people there said this all started when a woman was heard screaming.
Yeah, a very disturbing afternoon and evening for the people at this apartment complex. They also told police they saw that woman running from a man before the officers arrived and found the woman dead in an apartment.
All right, Powell. A Seminole County woman is being held without bond after Sanford police say she shot and killed her boyfriend. 34-year-old Sarah Jameson faced a judge yesterday while the family of the victim, 31-year-old Brandon Sullivan, watched from outside. Police say they responded to an apartment complex off 1792 Friday evening and found Sullivan bleeding out on the ground. This was outside Jameson's apartment with a gunshot wound to the abdomen, according to authorities. An arrest report says police saw nearby doorbell camera footage showing a brief fight in which Sullivan hit Jameson in the face and pushed her. Jameson then is said to have pulled the trigger. But police found discrepancies between the statement she gave and what they saw on the video, and they decided to charge her with second-degree homicide.
She's a documented victim of domestic abuse by the decedent in this case. The decedent in this case has also been arrested and went to prison 2 times, one for attempted murder on somebody else. So I think the evidence will bear out in time.
I just hope we get justice and the truth comes out. And yeah, his kids now have to grow up without their dad's contagious laugh and all the things he used to do with him, and it's not fair.
Jameson's next court date is her arraignment on April 1st.
All right, take a look at these 3 men behind me. They are all facing murder charges in a deadly shooting from last year. They're charged with the murder of 24-year-old Derek Brown Jr. in Ocala. This happened last June when police say they responded to Brown's triplex and found him on the living room floor. Brown was later pronounced dead at the hospital. The 3 suspects are 22-year-old Blaze White, 21-year-old Frederick Lowe, and 18-year-old Zayshawn Webb. They were already in jail or prison on unrelated charges. Protesters marched in state capitals all across the country yesterday to protest the early actions of the second Trump administration.
These demonstrations are part of the 50 Protest in 50 States movement. You can see here protesters all across the nation. And in the Sunshine State, people gathered at the state capitol building in Tallahassee. A little closer to home, protesters were in Tampa, pushing back against the so-called Project 2025.
All right, closing in at 6:40 this morning, and we are once again hitting the 80s today. We are getting this warm-up trend higher and higher every day.
Yeah, and we want to turn our attention to First Warning meteorologist Kelly Ann Class, because the bit of good news here for our Thursday morning is that we're not dealing with fog right now.
Yeah, thankfully no fog really in most central Florida locations. We are going to be watching it out in southern Brevard County. But this afternoon, everyone's going to see the sunshine. High temperatures today reaching the low 80s for I-95 spots and our inland locations between 83 and 84. Now, this is nowhere near our record of 89 degrees, but it's still unseasonably warm by about 10 degrees. And Leesburg, you're going to be about 2 degrees shy of your record high of 85. And that warming trend continues. We'll have more details coming up in a few minutes. But first, it's 6:40. Let's get over to First Warning traffic expert Megan Mackey with a traffic alert.
Yeah, Kellyanne, heading out the door later this evening, a stretch of Orange Avenue will close for the 12th annual Walk a Mile in Her Shoes event. Now, registration for the walk starts at 5 at the courthouse, and the walk itself gets underway at 6 this evening. You can see her on the map. It's going to happen along Orange Avenue. It's between Livingston and South Street. That's where the walk is taking place. place. The event raises awareness about domestic violence in our community, and proceeds benefit the Harbor House of Central Florida. The walk itself will start at the Orange County Courthouse and end at Orlando City Hall. During the walk, men trade their shoes for women's shoes to literally walk in them, and it's meant to confront gender stereotypes. Both men and women can participate, and it's not too late to sign up. All those details can be found over on their website, WESH.com. Jason?
All right, Megan. After this break, we look at the magic behind making a Super Bowl commercial.
Plus 700,000 square feet full of football fun. The experience happening right now in New Orleans, and the dedication happening for the first time ever today.
Closed captioning sponsored by Morgan & Morgan. Dial #law on your cell phone.
You're watching WESH 2.
Okay, we're back here. It's 6:44, and look at the view to New Orleans. We're 3 days away from the Super Bowl, and that is home to it, the Caesars Superdome. It's where the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles will kick off Sunday night. And this is huge. Super Bowl 59, but right now in New Orleans, NFL fans can take part in a very special experience.
It's the Super Bowl fan experience. Fans can kick field goals, throw footballs, and take pictures with the Lombardi Trophy. Organizers say you can even get a custom authentic NFL football made on the spot. And something newly added to the Super Bowl experience this year, today will be dedicated to HBCU culture in Louisiana with a performance from the band at Grambling State University. We know there are some people out there who apparently watch Super Bowl for the game.
Oh, wow, okay.
A lot of us just watching it for the commercials.
Sure, I'm raising my hand.
Yep.
Companies spend millions and millions for just 30 seconds of your time. The companies say it takes them several months to create those ads, like one from Michelob Ultra, one of the many beer brands owned by Anheuser-Busch. This year's 60-second commercial called The Ultra Hustle features high-profile athletes being challenged by actors Willem Dafoe and Catherine O'Hara.
When it was pitched to me, I thought, this is funny.
We're in a friendly game of pickleball. We just happen to be animals on the court.
The vice president of marketing says this ad took almost a year of planning, 5 days to film, all with the goal of brand recognition and ultimately sales.
I've seen so many of these Super Bowl commercials at this point. Hopefully some will be new on Sunday. All right, today marks 1 year until the Milano Cortina 2026 Winter Olympics. Italian ski resorts are getting ready to co-host the event, marking the return of the Games to a traditional European venue for the first time in 2 decades. Cortina and Milan will serve as the primary hosts of the Games. There will be 5 additional venues all across northern Italy, though.
MegaCon Orlando opens today at the Orange County Convention Center. It's one of North America's largest comic, sci-fi, anime, and gaming events. 4-day and single-day passes are still available. MegaCon runs through Sunday. One of the stars who'll be meeting fans is comedy legend Hank Azaria.
Come see us, Orlando.
You know this guy. Hank Azaria is probably best known for his iconic voice acting work on The Simpsons. In addition to MegaCon, he'll also be performing tonight at Orlando's Plaza Live with his Easy Street Band. Not the East Street Band, that's Bruce Springsteen. This is a concert to give tribute to the boss. Azaria and I spoke earlier in the week about his obsession with Bruce Springsteen. It's been going on since childhood. He's been working on The Voice since then. And he says there is really a connection between Springsteen and The Simpsons.
You take Al Pacino, young Al on one end, and Bruce Springsteen on the other end. In the middle there was Mo the bartender, right dead central there, between Springsteen and Pacino.
Yeah, so he does so many voices on The Simpsons. He's Mo the bartender, he's Chief Wiggum, he this, and that, and the list goes on. And he is giving the money that he gets from that Plaza Live concert tonight and from his MegaCon appearance all to charity. He's just trying to do good work as he comes to Orlando. Awesome stuff. And it was so fun. As a fan of The Simpsons, to talk to Hank Azaria, how cool.
Yeah, what a fun interview. That's awesome. And I love that it's all for charity as well. All right, it is 6:48. We have a lot going on between everything happening at the Plaza Live and everything happening this weekend. We are in for such warm weather. Water bottles in hand. But hey, at least it's not umbrellas.
Not umbrellas, no thunderstorms, no lightning, and no 90s. So at least we'll say that. But technically for this time of year, it's going to be unseasonably warm. But yes, like you said, no rain, no thunderstorms, which is a big plus in my book. Friday, we're going to be at 83 degrees. That's 3 degrees below the record high of 86. On Saturday, the record is 88. Thankfully, we are nowhere near that, and we're not looking that hot either in the next 7 days. But our warmest day will be on Sunday at 85 degrees. That's going to be 2 degrees shy of the record of 87. And the reason why is we have this big ridge of high pressure in place. And as this high strengthens, not only does it stay dry, but it stays warm. And our morning temperatures are going to be warm as well. Warmest spot at the moment is in Sanford at 68 degrees. We're at 66 in Orlando, 62 in Daytona. It's 58 degrees in Ocala, 59 degrees in the Villages. And this morning, the big difference compared to the past couple of days is we're not really tracking a lot of fog. I want to get you outside right now to our tower cam network in Lake County. It's a gorgeous start to this day with a beautiful sunrise. We are still watching some patchy fog trying to develop in parts of Brevard County. Cape Canaveral right now down to a 4-mile visibility and Mako almost at a 2-mile visibility. But in terms of thick, widespread, dense fog, not seeing that at the moment, but still some patchy fog as you get the kids ready for school. Then this afternoon, nothing but sunshine as those temperatures then quickly warm to 83 and 84 inland, and our beaches today expected to top out in the low 80s. Tomorrow afternoon, 70s along our coast, 80s for our inland spots. This weekend with high pressure in place keeps a front up to the north, so we're just going to get warmer. Saturday, Sunday, high temperatures in the mid 80s with no rain in the forecast, so it's going to be really enjoyable. Maybe you're heading out to pause in the park on Saturday, nothing but sunshine and warm air. And then Saturday night, maybe you're heading over to Mardi Gras at Universal to watch Joe Jonas. No issues as well. All of this to say our 7-day forecast is looking fantastic, and passing shower or two Monday and Tuesday. But other than that, sunny, warm and dry. It is 5:50. Let's get over to First Warning traffic expert Megan Mackey.
Kellyanne heading out the door this morning. 2 crashes to impact your morning drive. This is a live look I-4 eastbound here traveling near Champions Gate. Huge backups here because of a crash getting on from that entrance ramp eastbound to I-4. So backups expected there. And there's a deadly crash I'm monitoring in St. Cloud. This was reported around 5:30 this morning. It is working to clear along Nova Road. This is at Deer Park Road. So pretty far south in St. Cloud, but it is impacting just that stretch of Nova Road right here. This is heading towards the Rockledge area. Our chopper is still heading that way this morning, but we will bring you those live pictures over on the CW starting at 7 o'clock. Checking in on those travel times along I-4 this morning, just normal delays near those theme parks eastbound from US 27 to the beach line. We're at 31 minutes. It is 6:51 on your Thursday. Your top stories are straight ahead.
We're back now on this Thursday at 6:54.
Our Sunrise team is getting you a final check of this morning's top news, weather, and traffic.
I'm Bob Hazen in Clermont, where a standoff last night ended with 2 people dead. Police here say that neighbors saw a woman screaming, and then officers found her shot inside a unit here at the Cottonwood Apartments. A man in that apartment then fired at them. After the SWAT team went in, the suspect was also found dead inside. No word yet on the names of the people involved.
I'm Paola Trisnaruda in Orange County, where a music teacher from Hunters Creek Middle School was arrested for enticing minors to perform sex acts online. Italio Brett Bonini is facing federal charges, and according to a criminal complaint, he was video chatting with 2 young boys from Maryland on Discord. The school's principal says he won't be allowed back on campus during the investigation.
The man accused in an Orlando home invasion is now facing additional first-degree murder charges. It comes after the victim died from her injuries. Police say the suspect, Ronald Dwayne Davis, posed as a community officer to force his way into her home last week, beat her, and robbed the home.
Today, Brevard County Fire Rescue will hold a rally at the Vieira Government Center. BCFR says they have lost 121 emergency personnel since January 1st of 2024, and this is because of a lack of support from the county. The rally starts at 11. Kellyanne?
Plenty of sunshine for the afternoon with our temperatures today topping out in the mid 80s. We stay relatively dry over the next 7 days. A few isolated showers Monday and Tuesday with highs between 83 and 85 degrees. Megan.
Kellyanne getting a final check of traffic this morning. There was this deadly crash along Nova Road. It's at Deer Park Road. This is in St. Cloud, so a closure here highlighted in the purple. Avoid traveling in that area. No other big crashes to impact you on this Thursday. A great start in downtown Orlando. Some clouds, but a pink sunrise you can see here heading out the door along I-4.
Hey, Megan, and thank you for spending part of your morning with our Sunrise team.
We're not done here. Jason and I are holding down the fort for 3 more hours on CW18. Ahead here at 7 o'clock. Out of the 900 students nominated across the nation, 3 Space Coast military kids are semifinalists for a big award. How they're using this recognition to highlight the service and sacrifice of the Space Force. And at 9:45, our community champion joins us for a live interview.
And now we want to take it to New York for a look at what's ahead on WESH 2 at 7 o'clock with Today.
Coming up here on Today, we're going to kick off our countdown to the big SNL 50th anniversary special. And we're starting with a can't-miss tour behind the scenes of the show's iconic home, Studio 8H. We'll have that and more this morning on Today.
Closed captioning is sponsored by Advent Health.